G'day everyone, I'm Ben and this is Counterfeit Christianity. As you can see, I'm trying a few different things, a bit of lighting. I spent the weekend just having a bit of a go at lighting. I hung some of the knives that I sell on the wall, and I got heaps more knives coming really soon. And I don't know, I saw someone in a comment somewhere, it's like, oh, why do you like knives? Or why are you trying to sell knives? I'm like, because I like it. I do things that I like, and my family does things that they like, because we're sons and daughters of God. And it's a pretty awesome thing that you're allowed to do whatever you like. The things that you enjoy in your life, the person that you are, you're allowed to just be that. In Christianity, it's very difficult. You can't be that. You're not allowed to. But I've realized that the true living God, my daddy, our daddy, loves us, and that's what he designed us to do and be, is ourselves. And that's good. I'm feeling really thankful this morning, and I just got up and on my way to the gym at about 4 this morning, and it's nice and cool here in Brisbane at the moment. As we're in the first month of winter, it's really good. And I really love cool weather, because I lived in Thailand for 20 years and it's never cool. It's always really, really hot. I love the cool weather. And it makes me really happy and thankful. Even if I'm feeling tired and unmotivated, if you get outside in the cool weather in the air, especially when it's not busy in the morning, it's really, really nice. So yeah, I really did appreciate that this morning. What I'm going to talk about today is, I think, is actually happening in Christians. And I'm reflecting on my own journey here because I've been down this journey of emotional maturity. That's sort of like what I've been talking about in most of the videos. I just don't use those words. Emotional maturity and healing from being traumatized. As I've talked about in the past, ADD, I like the definition of ADD of attunement deficit disorder, where most of us haven't been attuned with correctly in our lives, and that is why we are traumatized. We get traumatized from the relationships in our family, and we get traumatized from, I think, a huge part of it is Christianity and other Christians. And we are traumatized by the Christian God that the other Christians portray as the living God. Like I said, I think that the Christian God is actually Baal because of the way that people worship him. And I think he receives Christians' worship. What they describe as worship is not worship at all. Worship is, like I described, the way that I live my life now, being myself with my daddy and living life that way. That is actually worship, going through life, glad to be with each other no matter what, moving through life as you go, meeting people as you go, being relational with people. And as I've come along this journey of freeing myself from the traumatization of Christianity and this God that I thought I was angry and he wanted to get me in trouble for the things that I had done and he cared about my sins, that's a massive lie. I see some conversations in the comments where people don't really understand that. No, he does not care. He does not care, and it doesn't separate you from him. That's the Christian lie. He cares about you as a human being. He wants to be with you in relationship. He does not care about what you have done or what you do, because when you become on the way with him, that will flow out of your life. It will just become, you'll just become more like him. And that's the problem, because Christianity says you have to change yourself for God to accept you. But it's actually the exact opposite of that. Just be with me, and that's all I require of you. And that's where this traumatization comes from. It just comes from this idea that we have been given to us of who our daddy is, and we live under this fear. I know that people in the comments say that that's not true. That's not them, but that's a lie, because they can't be real with themselves. If you can see reality and sort of be real with yourself, then you can become free. It's just when you're still stuck up in this mind virus of the death cult, it's really, really difficult to see the difference of what life can be in true freedom compared to being tied up inside of Christianity with a different God, one of the other gods that ties you up with fear. So this traumatization is a massive factor in most people's lives. Christians sometimes think that they're separated from that, but I don't think that they are at all. They're actually way worse off than other people. I'm not saying that people outside of Christianity aren't traumatized, because we all are. Just being a part of this world is traumatizing enough. And the other religions are really, really bad as well. I think people don't really understand that when I say Christianity is the worst thing in the world, is the worst religion in the world. And they go, what about Islam? It's like, yeah, obviously Islam's pretty dangerous. Really, really dangerous for the people in it. But we already know that. It's Christianity that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And Christians who are wolves in sheep's clothing, they're the ones that destroy things, because they say that they are living for God and they know the way to God. Like I think I said it in another video. I saw a sign at a church and it said, "Come here on Sunday to meet Jesus." And I'm like, wow, that is really, really dangerous. Because that's what people think. They think, I'm going to go to church, to a Christian group, and I'll meet Jesus. But it's actually the opposite. You'll meet the God that they worship, which is one of the others. I like to say Baal, but it could be any of the others. It's all the same thing, really. You can say Satan if you like. But you won't meet God and you won't meet Jesus, because they put all these rules and regulations on top of you. And once something is systematic, it separates you from the ability to flow with God. So you separate from the living God once you get into a system. And it's hard because people love to make systems and people love to be in and under systems. It's kind of interesting, but we're all traumatized in this world. And I've discovered with the help of my friends and from the living God, how he's slowly but surely molded me. I like to talk to him in lots of situations in all parts of my life. One of the things I do is remove distractions. And when I do things and go places, I don't listen to things. I don't do that so that my spirit is free from distractions, so that I can respond to him and talk to him in different ways and hear from him. So I do that intentionally all the time. And another thing that's really, really healing is relationships that God brings. He will bring people that you can have authentic relationship with. And that's happening in my life, like, continuously. I have my family, obviously, but God brings new people all the time. And it's okay to have things flow in and out of your life, and people flow in and out of your life. And I've mentioned before that I have a few guys that I can be authentic and talk to in real ways. And I really do appreciate that. And that's not from me looking for it. God brings it. And so the way out of traumatization, I think, is joy. I think the most powerful thing in life is joy. You have to intentionally have joy in your life so that you can connect with God, so you're not always blocked with negative emotions in your life, blocking you from that, and you can heal yourself with joy. And God will take you on that joy journey. It's really important. From joy comes peace, and all the other good emotions come from that. But it's an intentional place that you have to take yourself. You can't just have joy come onto you, and it doesn't happen automatically. You have to look for it. And from that, you can heal yourself in an emotional way and be in that joy with other people in your life. It's really, really powerful. So what I was trying to get to in this one, I feel like I've gone around a bit, but you notice when people are traumatized, when they get angered really easily. And this is my experience. I'm telling you from my experience, this is the way I used to be. I would be angered by little things and offended by things. And our culture, and Christian culture, is the culture of offense. It's like, how dare you ask a question? How dare you say anything other than what I believe? And that comes from traumatization, because they're traumatized by this Christian God who is not the living God. If they were with the living God, then they would understand that they're free to be themselves. But they're traumatized, and you can see it from all the reactions of people in the comments. I understand it, because it used to be me. Sam and I talked about it in the past, of us knowing what that feels like, because we used to be in that mind virus. We used to be in the death cult. We have repented from being Christians, so we're outside of that now, and we're just living life with our dad and other people that he brings us. But I noticed the traumatization and the emotional maturity levels of most people in the world, infants, and just one step above that, like to little children. And you can see it in Christians very, very clearly. Their intellectualism cannot hide it. That's why they try and hide. They don't intentionally do it, but this is the way that the world gets you. Tries to trick you into having a lot of knowledge and that intellectualism. And what that actually does is separate you from your heart. This idea of knowledge and duty separates you from the truth of the living God and separates you from your heart. So I just wanted to talk about that today. My journey of freedom from traumatization has been joy brings peace. And then you can flow that into all aspects of your life and free yourself and free your family. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. So like always, I don't know shit. This is just my understanding. I'm having a lot of fun here. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you. Comment, subscribe, all those good things. Even if you're a really angry Christian who's still stuck in this death cult, leave your comments. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, see you next time.